Hi everyone, Grey Power 60 here. Welcome to my Sunday night chat as we talk about the steps to my spiritual journey. And it's a continuous journey, but there were definitely different steps I had to take to lighten the load, to be the best person that I could be, and to follow the path to God. And one of those things I had to overcome, or I had to learn, was forgiveness. And I have a question for you. Do you find it hard to forgive someone who has hurt you so badly and made you angry and cry and be upset? Even if it was years and years ago, as a young person, through the years, do you find that difficult? Well, I found it difficult at first. But as I grew up, as I aged, and as I rediscovered God and realized that the messages and the words and all of the examples that we have been given, all of the gifts that we have been given, one of the gifts that we have been given and forget about is forgiveness. And forgiveness is not just for the other person. And that's one thing that I found, I think years ago, I used to think, just forgive him. Well, I don't want to because I'm angry, and they need to come and say they're sorry to me, that kind of thing. But when I realized really what forgiveness is to make yourself whole again by removing the hurt from your heart, by understanding that the other person may have been lashing out at you, but not because of you, but because of other things going on in their life. We don't know their life. And when we're attacked, when I'm attacked, I take it personally. I was a very sensitive person, and I still am, I think, to a certain degree. But I was so devastated, sometimes even shocked, that those times when I was hurt and angry, I would have those replay in my mind for years, over and over again, and my heart hurt just like it did the first time. And then I realized that forgiveness opens up our heart and frees it, and frees our mind and those memories. It frees it, and for some reason when we forgive, it just makes us feel like a weight has been lifted. And I'm just going to read here for forgiveness. In Matthew 18:21 and 22, then Peter came to Jesus and asked, Lord, how many times shall I forgive my brother or sister who sins against me? Up to 7 times? Jesus answered, I tell you, not 7 times, but 77 times. In other words, what Jesus is saying, forgiveness frees us. Forgiveness frees the anger and the hurt. The other thing that is really difficult for me, or at least maybe for most of us, is to go and ask for forgiveness. Ask that person that maybe we have wronged and may have lashed out at or got angry at, and ask them to forgive us. it is amazing how wonderful you feel when you release that. It's like you're giving it up to God. It's like you're giving your person you're speaking to a gift. It's a gift. I forgive you. I forgive you for whatever the reason may be. And by asking that person to forgive you, please forgive me for what I've done, releases them and helps them to heal. And it's all in the healing and in the growing and in the learning and following the advice that Jesus has given us. In his lifetime, he has continually given us clues, given us messages as to how to be a good, healthy, happy human being. Now, I'm not perfect. I mean, we're going to make mistakes. I'm going to lash out at somebody, and then later on, for my own heart and for theirs, to forgive and ask for forgiveness. Forgiveness is a really powerful, powerful thing to do. It is really an uplifting thing, and it's amazing on how those films don't keep coming back to me anymore. And when I do feel that memory of that really bad hurt, of that one particular time that really, really hurt me, that's when I pray and I say, I forgive you. I forgive you. I truly forgive you. And may God bless you. And that helps me so much to remove things, not only to soften my heart and make it more full, but that memory, that subconscious that keeps coming up to annoy us, to annoy me anyway. It's just a beautiful thing. It truly is a beautiful thing. And one day, a few times, my daughter and my son they were raised by me as a single mom, at one time or another have come to me and said, Mom, I'm really sorry for what I did growing up as a kid, being, getting into trouble, doing whatever. And I said, but I forgive you. I mean, I love you. And that was so easy. But in saying I forgive you, it's given them a sense of relief. It's given them a clean heart, a clean mind, at least I hope it does, to go on with their life without feeling like guilty that they've hurt their mother. And I'm so proud of them for actually coming to me, and at different times, and it's been a few years that they did that, but I think it was the fact that they became parents and felt, I guess, remembered the difficulties of being a parent and how I was raising them and how they're raising their own children. And I thought that was a beautiful thing. And it's a beautiful thing to forgive your children. And I love my children with all my heart. And for me, yes, it may have hurt at the time, but it's not something I replay because I know they were children. They were innocent. They didn't know any better. And now that they're older and they've asked for me to forgive them, it's released them and allowed them to open their heart and open their mind and realize that I still love them. And I guess that's the whole idea, is when we forgive someone, it's like saying, I care about you. And the other thing that's really important is to go ask for forgiveness. To ask someone that maybe you were angry with, forgive me for being that way, which is what I have to say and what I have said. I'm sorry I was angry. Please forgive me. I didn't mean to hurt you. I really didn't. And that is so uplifting to them. So uplifting. So I just wanted to talk about that today. That is such an important step for me to becoming a better person, to being more godly, to be more faithful, and to share it with you. Share my journey with you through the different steps that I had to go through. For me, that I had to go through to come and feel peace and that was a step I had to take. Forgiveness is really powerful. It's amazingly powerful. And once you forgive, it's like I said, it's a weight that's kind of been lifted. And through those different people that hurt me in the past, years and years ago, that I may never see again or haven't seen in many, many years, I would say a prayer for them and wish them well. And that's the best I can do. And for those that are still in my life that have hurt me in one way or another, rather than ask, I forgive them, but I also am asking them to forgive me, because sometimes it's a two-way street. And forgiving is it's so powerful and it's so uplifting, at least for me. And I think that the message that Jesus is giving us is continually forgive. It's so easy to forgive, really. It really is easy, at least for me. I found it easy to forgive. I found it was, like I said, a weight was lifted. My heart was open. My mind was clear. And I wasn't running those stories over and over again and remembering the hurt and feeling that pain over and over again. By forgiving, it's kind of gone. It's gone. And I'm human, and every once in a while, the really bad hurts that I had many, many years ago, or even recently, I suppose, sometimes they'll peek in, and I say a prayer. And then I say, I forgive you. I forgive you. And I pray for them, and I pray for me to be stronger. Anyway, guys, I wanted to share that one more step for me to trying being the best human being I can be. And I do have faults. I fall off the wagon, as they say. I'm not perfect. I'm human. But you know what? And I continually say that. But it's just something that needs to be repeated. We are doing the best we can. And that is what God smiles about. That's what makes him proud of us, that we're trying. And he knows our troubles. He knows what's going on. He's around all the time. And I smile once in a while and kind of say, oops, I made a mistake. Please forgive me. And I want to thank you, and please forgive me for taking up a lot of your time. I hope you're enjoying these sessions with me as I talk about my journey, continual journey. I plan on doing every Sunday in September, and I have everything kind of lined up as to the steps that I needed to take to feel good about myself, to feel that I'm doing the best I can. And with a lot of prayer and a lot of help and a lot of guidance, I'm getting there. And I hope you'll get there too. God bless you, and thank you so much for joining me tonight. And we'll see you again next week. Bye for now.